Hey guys, in this tutorial, let's do how to do a white line tutorial or a white line transition on the CapCut application. So of course, if you want to go ahead and do this, it's going to be pretty easy. So just please watch this video until the end so that you guys can learn how. Okay, so the first step is to obviously go ahead and switch on to our CapCut applications, and I am going to do that right now. I'm going to go ahead and enter two distinct clips so that I could do this quick transition. We do have this explosion. So I'm going to go ahead and add this explosion real quick on here so that we can have two different and distinct clips so for our transition to take place. And what we need is to actually enter a new file. So we do need something. So basically what we need is a white bar for our transition to take place. Of course, you could also tap on transitions over here and see if there is a white line transition available for you guys to actually use. So we do have some clouds, some blue lines, some lightning, white ink rather, and a lot of different transitions with with masking. So obviously, if you want to go ahead and make this white line transition alone, it is not going to be available by default. So I'm going to teach you guys step by step on how to do this. So I'm going to go ahead and search for white. Let's just search for white line on here on Google, and I'm going to download a PNG file. So this is a pretty obvious white line. I'm going to use that. I'm going to tap on Save Image As and download this on my PC. Now, once that is already done, I'm going to head on over and switch back to CapCut and import this clip or this white line photo onto my media. Now, I'm going to place this white line right here under. I need this under. Again, I'm going to emphasize that I need this under the clip. So let's go ahead and put this on top. Okay. So actually we need this under the video, or rather we need the white line on top of the video. So let's just go ahead and undo that. Okay, so we now have this white line. Okay, so let's go ahead and position this white line, and let's actually rotate this so that it's going to stand vertical. And let's go ahead and add some effects. So I'm going to go ahead and add some blur effects on this. And how do you necessarily do so? So in order to basically do this blur effect, let's go ahead and try some transitions out. All right, so that is not necessarily going to work for us. We do have this zoom in transition, which doesn't really do much as well. We have this fall in transition, which also doesn't do much as well. We'd have this slide up and slide down. We do have this slide right transition, which shows the video or the bar sliding from the left to right. So we can actually go ahead and use this for this transition. So in order for us to complete the transition rather, let's go ahead and move this white line over onto the edge of our screen so that it doesn't show. And let's zoom in onto our timeline over here. And as you see, the transition duration is going to be represented by this white line over here on the bottom. And once we play this through, we can see this white line actually showing. So let's go ahead and reposition this real quick. And let's reposition this white line. All right, that's going to be good. So we have our white line now. Okay, so once we utilize this white line transition, so let's go ahead and basically move this line over here, and let's actually use it to use this transition as our white line. So I'm going to move this transition mark over here and shorten this clip. As you see, we do have our transition mark right there. So as we move these two clips together and play all the way through, the white line transition somewhat works, but it's not really that clean. So how do you basically make it clean? You could also add some more adjustments on this video, or rather on this effect. So we could actually add some motion blur. So let's go on over to effects and tap on video effects. And let's go over on the blur. That should be located on lens. And over here we have blur located somewhere, if I can just find it. Okay, we have this motion blur effect right here. Let's go ahead and drag this and drop it onto this effect right there. So we could actually tap on the top right there to add our motion blur. So I'm going to go ahead and add this motion blur between the two effects. And once we go ahead and add this together, we can actually see those two effects go and work well. Of course, it doesn't really apply well since the effect is not necessarily working well. So let's go ahead and zoom in a little more, and let's move this motion blur just a few more keyframes before the transition starts. And that works a little bit more better. Let's actually go ahead and replace this transition clip with another clip over here so that we may see it work much more better. I'm going to go ahead and add this clip over here. Okay. And that works a little bit more better. Of course, we still have that issue that the white line or the white bar stays on the side, or rather on the right side over here. And to fix that, let's actually try to go ahead and add a blend keyframe on the end right there. So before it actually ends, let's add a keyframe right here and go ahead over onto the end, and let's add another keyframe on blend and put the opacity on the very low. So let's put this keyframe onto the very end of the clip, and let's put this keyframe before it ends, just right there. And let's play this again, and that looks pretty cleaner than before. Let's just adjust this transition a little more, and once we play this all the way through, it should work seamlessly. And as you see, that's how you guys can make that quick white line transition on CapCut. Thank you guys for watching this video. I'll see you guys on the next one, and take care.